What is good, blog viewers? Welcome back to the Great Nad Spee blog. In this blog, I will discuss how Facebook and other Web 2.0 sites utilize the concept of the prosumer for their economic benefit. I will make two key points to support my argument. First, I'll discuss how Facebook is a great example of how new technology has both positive and negative premises, utilizing Neil Postman's essay Technopoly as a foundation. For my second point, I will discuss examples of other Web 2.0 sites in order to analyze what it takes to become an economically viable Web 2.0 site. Neil Postman's essay Technopoly, which you would have read if you are or have taken Persuasion with Dr. Steiner, discusses how new technology always brings positive and negative social ramifications along with it. However, the consumer tends to realize only the positive aspects, as the negative aspects are more subtle. Postman tells the classic story of Thomas, in which Thomas calls out the negative aspects of writing. Thomas said that writing would lead to forgetfulness and a false sense of wisdom, but the most important thing Thomas noted was that writing would shift the world as we know it. Web 2.0 and Facebook has shifted the world as we know it, in both positive and negative ways. As Douglas and Gubach's critique says, if something is to be revolutionary, it must bring about a fundamental change in the structure of the political, economic, social order, and might well involve an upheaval in the arrangement of classes. People don't realize the social revolution Facebook has created. We only see Facebook as an improvement to society. We don't realize what Facebook takes away from society. Things like our intimacy, our privacy, our traditional culture. Our culture has changed because of Facebook, just as culture changed when writing was invented in Thomas's story. It's important as educated citizens that we weigh the positives and negatives of a new technology before we welcome it into our society. Now, I hope I've reasoned with you as to how a technology can have both positive and negative effects. I want to take a step back now and discuss how Facebook and other Web 2.0 sites remain economically viable for businesses. Web 2.0 sites are essentially websites that are based on the creation and sharing of user-generated content. These sites rely on what Cohen calls the prosumer, or the producer-consumer. The very same people who are consuming Web 2.0 content are producing their own content. The success of a Web 2.0 site depends on the performance of the free labor. According to mostpopularwebsites.net, Twitter, Blogspot, Facebook, and YouTube are all in the top 10 most popular websites in America. These sites are all successful Web 2.0 sites because 100% utilize prosumer support. These sites have been incredibly economical. These Web 2.0 sites also use their prosumers to create the perfect and most dynamic advertising hub. One example of this is when the Facebook application Beacon would monitor purchases such as a movie ticket from Fandango.com. Beacon would share their movie plans with their friends on Facebook. So consumers would have an easy way of telling their friends where they were going, while Fandango gets greater advertising distribution. On Facebook, advertisers can put their product out to people in a specific network, or advertise to their own prosumers' likes. Facebook becomes even more of an economically viable Web 2.0 site because of the direct advertising that can be accomplished on Facebook. However, sites like Facebook still realize how important their prosumers are to maintain their business structure. An example of this is how many prosumers didn't like Beacon, so Facebook allowed it to be an opt-in feature. Prosumers also didn't like the newsfeed when it came out, so Facebook transformed it so you can control what comes up. Facebook adapts to the prosumer's actions and reactions. This keeps the lifeblood of their company happy while also maintaining the economic success of the website. As Cohen notes, this draws on the general intellect concept from Marx, that by working together, all sides will find success. This is how Web 2.0 companies become successful. Now, I want to finish my blog with a quote from Mark Zuckerberg that I feel sums up my blog well. He says, "By taking the understanding that all individuals have and pooling knowledge together, you get a better set of knowledge. With that, till next week.